A really big reoccurring lie that I seem to always see is people seem to not know that your job cannot cancel your visa. You can work anywhere you want to here in Japan. If you quit your job, if you get fired from your job, regardless of what your company might say to try to threaten you, they have no power and no control over your work visa. Only the government immigration itself can cancel your visa. So even if you do quit your job, your visa is totally okay, it's valid as long as you find another job. You're supposed to notify immigration that you quit your job within 2 weeks, so 14 days, and you're supposed to have 90 days or 3 months to find a new job, which is plenty of time to do so. So that's the reason why I always tell you guys to not worry about where you work. Your goal is just to get your foot in the door. You just want to get a work visa. Of course, if you have the option, it's better to obviously choose a better company or the better job. But the reality is all of the jobs here suck. It's teaching, it's hard. You're gonna have bad kids, you're gonna have bad employees, and bad coworkers, bad bosses, etc. There is no such thing as a perfect company in Japan. I have a playlist that answers all of this, but I just wanted to make a short video to specifically answer this question. Your goal is just to get your foot in the door. Accept any job that you can get as long as it's legal work and it's teaching. Once you're here, you're here. You can switch locations, you can move, you can find a better employer, higher pay, less hours, whatever you're looking for, you can change all of that later. So do not stress out about where you're working. There's bad reviews on every company here. If you're wasting all of your time trying to find the perfect company, you never will, because every company that mass hires foreigners is going to have a ton of negative reviews because employees are going to be hurt because they came over here and it wasn't what they expected it to be. As I mentioned in a previous video, if you are not coming to Japan because you love Japan and you're just coming here to teach because you like teaching, or if you're just coming here, for a boyfriend or a girlfriend or for fun anime stuff, you are going to hate your job. It's going to get old and you're going to go home. And you are going to be one of those teachers that leave a horrible review and talk about how bad teaching in Japan is and how Nova and GABA are so bad, blah, blah, blah. All of these companies are bad. They all have bad bosses. They all have bad coworkers. You might be one of the problematic people. So that's just life. And again, my whole point in this video isn't to get into that. I'm simply saying, no, your job cannot cancel your visa. Only you can choose to go home. Only immigration can do that. The very last thing that I want to say for this is, if you do choose to quit your job, again, you have 14 days to notify immigration, which you might not even have to do, but more importantly, you do not have to start all over. You do not have to get in a plane and go back home and wait to hear back from another job. No, 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 no. You simply find another job. This time the interview process is not going to be lengthy. You are literally going to walk into your interview, show your pretty face, do a 5-minute demo lesson, if they even want you to do that, and then they're going to ask, can you teach? When can you start? Okay, hired. Start next week. It's very simple. You're not going to have to go through all of that crap again. So do not feel like, oh, I don't want to have to go back home, so I want to make sure that this is the right job. Or, I'm sorry, I just got a message. Whatever, the case is, it absolutely does not matter. It doesn't matter why you chose to quit. You can always get another job right afterwards using the same visa without having to go back home. As I've mentioned before, getting a job in Japan is a catch-22. Not just a matter of, needing a degree, but needing a visa. Most companies here do not want to hire people that need visa sponsorship. They want to hire people that already have a visa, and they will sponsor your visa later once it's, close to expiring again. I cannot really go into much detail about this, but long story short, they basically don't want to feel like they're being cheated if you do quit, because most teachers do quit before their contract is up. This way, they would have already, experienced working with you, and they can decide, is it worth it to help this teacher renew their contract and whatnot. They want you to basically feel like you owe them and to make sure it's even worth it to sponsor your visa. So they don't want to invest in you and then have all of that go to waste, because the schools are required to release their tax information and put together work and paperwork, etc. in order to sponsor your visa. It's time consuming for them too. So anyway, as long as you are a native English speaker, you have a bachelor's degree, and you preferably already have a work visa, you are set. It does not matter. Once you are here in Japan, You can quit your job as many times as you want to. You can switch companies as much as you want to, and you will easily be able to find a sponsor. I don't recommend playing around and purposefully quitting and jumping from job to job. You don't want to burn bridges. A lot of these schools are connected. People know people. You might end up with a coworker from a previous job, etc. So don't burn bridges and hurt yourself or your own reputation or us as teachers. But I am saying that you should not ever feel trapped or stuck. I don't care what anyone else tells you. I know for a fact because I've been here myself. So trust me, your job is not tied to whatever visa you have. You're just required to find another job within 3 months after you quit and or after you are fired. You do not have to go back home. So I hope this answers your question. Thank you for watching. Bye.